Hey guys, and welcome to the ultimate Valkyrie guide for Apex Legends. Valkyrie is an incredibly fun legend to use, introduced in Season 9, which brought her incredibly fun passive, her VTOL jetpack. Valkyrie's abilities are super useful and can save you in some very problematic situations. Fitted with a jetpack which will allow you to reach platform others can't, and jump over chasms if need be. Valkyrie's tactical missile swarm will shoot out 12 rockets that will damage and slow the enemy, which makes it an incredibly powerful tool. Valkyrie's ultimate is one of the most life-saving abilities in Apex, Skyward Dive, which allows Valkyrie and her teammates to launch into the sky and imitate a balloon jump tower, skydive into a place of safety. Bundle this with her extra passive that allows her to see where enemies, wherever they're skydiving. She's an incredibly useful recon. Now you know the drill, I'll cover her abilities and then I'll move on to some tips that you will probably not have known. First up is her passive, her jetpack. Finally, we have a legend that can change the vertical battlefield by the click of a button. Lasting for 7 seconds, you can fly in a certain direction. Now I would save a small bit of fuel left so that when you're about to hit the ground you activate it so you don't get stunned and slow down when you hit the ground. Whilst using the jets, you can't use any other guns, however you can use your missile swarm. You do get a 1-second animation whenever you land, which means you have 1 second until you can get your gun out and start attacking the enemy. As I mentioned in the beginning, you can also see enemies when you are skydiving on your HUD as well as your teammates. This is incredibly useful as you can see safe spots either on your first jump or even in the last few circles. If you're on PC and you do bunny hop, wall jump or tap strafe, it's a little bit harder with Valk's jets. But never be afraid to use any kind of jump tower, whether that be a geyser or spam an ultimate accelerants, as every time you use your ultimate you'll gain really useful key intel for you and your team. Valkyrie's tactical missile swarm will launch 12 missiles that slows and deals damage to the enemies. You have to have room for the rockets to shoot up, which means you can't do it in a doorway, but you can do it in a room with a high ceiling. No matter how you use it, it will attack down in a square format. The best way to use this is to use your jetpacks to get some height and then rain down with your missiles so you can pinpoint exactly where they will hit. When you use your tactical, it will stun the enemy for about 2 seconds, which is the amount of time it takes for you to cancel your animation. So make sure you use your tactical to slow them and then you can whip your gun out and finish them off. Valkyrie's ultimate, Skyward Dive, can disengage her and her teammates from any fight by flying directly up into the sky. There's an animation that takes about 2 seconds until she enters orbit, and you can get shot through the entire ability animation. So as soon as you hit the jets and you go up, you do a slow move which takes about 2 seconds, and then you go fly directly up as well, which you can get shot. I've actually downed someone, humble brag. When you cancel the animation, it goes from 100% down to 75%, and it follows the same hitbox as Lifeline's ultimate, which means you need clearance to the sky. A good way I like to use this is by doing a skyward dive by myself whilst my team are either defending or shooting, and it allows me to recon and scout where the enemy teams are. I can also check out for third parties, and of course if you're outside the circle and you need to get in quickly, just use your ultimate. There's no need to save it. Now for some quick fire tips and things you may not have known. When playing and you are in a fight with the circle coming in, it's best to remember that after winning that fight, you have the ability to use your ultimate and escape the zone, or finish a fight inside the zone and then ultimate out. I would also let your team know so they don't panic about the zone and focus on winning the fight. So for example, if the zone's coming in, 2 teams are fighting, both teams are going to be panicking about the circle. However, if the one team knows they have a quick escape after they win the fight, it allows you to stay and prolong the fight a little bit longer, which could then ensure that you win it. Every time you engage a fight, whether a new fight or a third party, always start with your tactical. The reason for this is it takes a few seconds to use, so you want to avoid using it during a battle, but you can also slow and disorientate the enemy to then pick off with your team. When using your jetpack, do not travel in a straight line, so don't go up and go in a straight line. Make sure you're changing directions, as it's quite easy to get shot down. You're just a floating target at the end of the day. A good pairing with Valk would be Gibraltar, as you can ultimate inside the dome for safety, and even Bangalore as she smokes the ground, allowing you to escape. When using the jets, I personally don't overuse it. If you go too high, you'll be noticed, so stick with short bursts, as not only is it more key, but you'll also save on fuel. That's all the advice I have for Valkyrie. If I've missed anything, please let me know, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you haven't yet, please consider dropping a like, and I'll be covering all the footage from Apex Legends.